Hey air signs, I'm Rodin. Welcome to BOMISpirit. I hope you guys are doing amazing. This is going to be the general reading for Libras, Geminis, and Aquarians. Keep in mind this reading is timeless and general, so please take the messages as they resonate because they will not be for everybody. Don't forget to check out the website, Vimeo, and Patreon, and thank you for liking, sharing, and commenting and subscribing. We do have a kitty cat here. Who, like, he just seems to have made my work desk his bed lately, and I don't know why. He's just been extra cuddly and cozy, and every time I try to do a reading, he just hops up on the table and literally spreads himself out. So he is here in the reading with you today, just so you know. One last thing before I get started, there is still a couple spots left for the Sedona Lionsgate retreat in July of 2022 of this year. So go ahead and check that out if you are wanting to go. You can check it out on my website, BOMISpirit.com, or the other host of this retreat, Jai. Her channel name is Channel for Grace, so go ahead and check her out as well. Okay. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and get started. The very first things that I was getting for you air signs, they were giving me peppermint. Peppermint is going to be really good for you, for anybody who's going to resonate for this reading. Peppermint is very clearing. It helps to clear the mind. Specifically helps to clear the mind. It also is very invigorating. So if you're needing like not just clarity, but also you're needing like refreshing energy, like you're needing to kind of wake up a little bit, but it really is centered around the mental space. It's also really good for headaches and things like that. But they were saying peppermint for my air signs. It's also good for respiratory, if you have any respiratory stuff. Are you gonna like don't knock any of my things over. He keeps changing positions. Anyway, coming back to you guys. The other thing that was coming up was Aries. Aries energy was coming up really strong for my air sign. So keep in mind, Venus is in Aries, but it's moving to Taurus like literally in a few days. Like this upcoming week, it's moving into Taurus. Mars is going home into Aries and also in the next coming days as well. So I would look to see where Mars and Venus have been kind of affecting you in your personal houses. Or of course, if you have any personal planets in Aries or you're dealing with an Aries, right? This reading could possibly be for you. Or something big was going down in Aries season. This Aries season was super dynamic, okay? This Aries, more Aries than Taurus, but very, very dynamic. And I knew that like in December, I was looking at like the first 6 months of the year, like astrologically, and it was like, oh my God, it was like February, March, April, kind of dynamic, moderately dynamic, super dynamic. And what I mean by dynamic is having a lot of energies, a lot of energy shifts, a lot of cat hair, a lot of things happening for all of us. And then boom, eclipse season. And then, here we are like kind of we're going to be in eclipse season for a bit. Eclipse energy hangs around for quite a while. And then we're going to hit Lionsgate at the end of July, which is going to be very powerful. But anyway, I'm rambling. So just check for where Aries has been affecting you personally in your life, in your astrology chart, or even like calendar year. Okay. You're being asked to move into a very quiet state, air signs. Some silencing in the air there. You're being asked to move into a very quiet state. When I was getting into your energy, all I wanted to do was just like sit, be still, feet on the ground, doing breath work. Breath work is gonna be really good for my air signs. Yeah, it just feels like that's what's being asked of you, whether you're doing that or not. It's free will choice, but that's what's being asked of you in this moment in time. I'm gonna see if anything else is gonna come up before I go and get into the cards. They're giving me terms like reconcile and clearing the decks. Clearing the debts or decks? Debts. Ooh, debts. I'm feeling that for Libra. Sorry, Libra. I'm really feeling that for you. Clearing the debts. Like almost like a checks and balances, like a balancing out of energies. You can even say this is just like karmic stuff. But it feels like whether it's about relationships, your own money situation, I feel like it's really about relationships, especially for my Libras. But even if it's about like money, or it's just like making sure that like energy exchanges have been balanced out, and especially if you've had any like falling outs with anybody, that be balanced out and reconciled. Not like you have to make up with the person, but like the energy is not hanging in the air, right? The stagnancy of that, the tension of all those things are not hanging in the air. The stress of owing someone money or someone owing you money, whether it's to creditors or a whole other like person in your life or the government, what have you, it's like that's not hanging around. Yeah, it's like let's clear the debts. Let's clear the decks. Let's wrap everything up. Let's balance everything out. Let's close things out. But it's calling for you to still be in a quiet energy though, which is interesting. So it could also be air signs that you might be getting distracted by a lot of things, or like really caught up in the, what's the word I'm looking for? The craziness of life or what have you, that like you're not paying attention to how to do this, or you are paying attention to how to do this and it's really stressing you out. But that's kind of what I'm getting for you air signs. I keep hearing Aries. It's really irritating. I'm sorry. It's like coming in from over here. It's really irritating me because it's just like Aries. Okay, what about Aries? Why is Aries here? You already touched on it. Okay, they just are constantly reminding me. When Mars moves into Aries, again, wherever you have Aries in your personal houses, like which is according to your rising sign, I would really pay attention to that because Jupiter is also in Aries. And this upcoming week, and I talked about this in the weekly messages, which will be posted on Monday here on YouTube, but it's already posted on Patreon. When Mars goes conjunct Jupiter with Aries, which is next week and will also be under the new moon Gemini energy, it's a very positive aspect, okay? It's going to help with being motivated. It's going to help us to take initiative. It's going to help us to plan, to take action, to be leaders, to also be very like charismatic and charming, and there might be an increase in like some sexual energy, so be mindful there. Excuse me, but it's also going to help bring people together because there's also a sextile play, but I'm not going to get into that because that's for the weekly messages. But yeah, check where you have Aries in your personal houses. This is a house that will be activated for you in the coming week and beyond, because Mars will be there and Jupiter will be there, that I feel like is going to help you to clear the decks, reconcile, checks and balances, so that you're not owing, so there's no stagnant energy hanging around. There's no tension hanging around. There's no like unspoken, but like you can feel it, like I need to talk to this person, or I owe this person that, or they owe me this, or they owe me that. Like there's going to be no more of that. And it feels very silent, but it's so energetically pervasive. That's the best way to say that. It's like the energy of those circumstances, relationships or money or what have you, where you owe something or someone owes you something, like it hasn't been cleared out. It hasn't been closed out. The decks haven't been cleared. It's hanging in the air. It's hanging in the air, and it has its own mass. It has its own density to it, even if you're not talking about it. There we go. Finally got there. All right, let's go ahead and pull some cards. As always, I love the animal decks. I love this deck so much. The Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck for my air signs. There's a real need to get in touch with nature. Sorry, let's just touch on this for a second, because now they're showing me all kinds of like plants and ferns and things like that. When they show me that, it's like, get outside. Get outside, touch the earth, touch like, oh, excuse me. Okay, bye. You need to be touching plants. You need to be around plants. You need to have your feet on the actual earth. It's very grounding, and it's also going to help you to get clear-headed. Okay? Any messages or insights from my air signs? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Yep, coming down. Crocodile. Crocodile to me is a letting go energy. It's a dissipating. It's like, think of like evaporation. Think of it like that. It's having that still water. All of this like verbiage around still, quiet, being present, being zen, not being active. It's like that's the energy you're being asked to move into here. Libra, you keep coming up really strong, and that's probably because Aries is coming up just as strong, your counterpart. Geminis and Aquas, you're still here, I promise. You're still here in the game. It's just very loud. It's just very loud energy. Some of you, the dust has been settling. Some of you, you've been allowing the dust to settle from an I'm going to say just an unpleasant circumstance. Is what I'm going to say. It could even be a dour moment. But it's time to clear the decks. There's a conversation. There's a conversation that needs to be had here. And, you know, some of you could just be like, again, taking care of business to clear your decks. But for those where it involved a person or there was like a fight, I'm just really feeling that fight. I'm really feeling that. Or really feeling an unpleasant interchange. And you've been letting the dust settle. You've been kind of cooling off, so to speak. And once you move into this more quiet space, tempered, they're giving me the word tempered, so temperance might come out. Tempered emotional state, then you can clear the deck, say what needs to be said, do what needs to be done, whatever. But yeah, I'm feeling there was some unpleasantness or some chaos that happened in recent past for my air signs. And you kind of, thank you, you needed the space. Thank you. You kind of needed this time to get to a quiet place, to get to this like zen moment. And you might have needed some isolation to do so. Full Moon Scorpio made everybody want to isolate, which is fine. It was needed. Still needed to some extent for some people. I'm also being so drawn to the eye. I can't get away from the eye. We're going to do real close up here. Look at that eye. It's like easy to get lost in it, right? I'm getting lost in the eye. It reminds me of dragon energy, to be honest with you. That might be a play for you or someone you're dealing with in this particular circumstance. It's an analytical energy that I'm getting with the eye, like analyzing what's been seen, analyzing the history of a circumstance or an unpleasant interchange that led to this, like, there's things left undone, there's things left unspoken. Again, that density of a unclosed, unresolved situation hanging in the air. I feel like there's literally a recollection happening, excuse me, reflecting, being introspective on it. Like literally going through every detail. Some of you are being that analytical about it. Not all of you. Definitely not all of you, but some of you are. Some of you, there's a bit of avoidance going on. Okay, moving on. Get lost in that card. Any other messages or insights? Yeah, I can't get away from the eye. Oh, how weird. Oh, sorry. Sometimes this happens with my abilities. It just changed. Literally, I put it down and I went to move on, and the eye just changed. Oh, that's so eerie. Sorry. So yeah, there's whatever this unresolved circumstance, happenstance is, unpleasant interchange, whatever it is, whether it's purely financial, whether it's about a relationship, it's something that is unresolved, hanging in the air, and it needs to be resolved. Some of you, this has been for a while, and the retrograde period along with the eclipse season has really resurrected it for you. Some of you, I'm picking up like 2-3 years that's just been hanging in the air energetically. It will be resolved relatively soon, but again, that's a free will choice. But this shift that I'm seeing with the eye, you guys, I don't know if you guys can even see it, but the eye kind of looks different now. All of a sudden it looks darker on this side, but anyway. Yeah, this situation is shifting. The energy around the unresolved situation is shifting because it's getting close to you being able to close it out. Moving on. Don't change up on me again. Any other messages or insights? The camel. This is an efficiency card, is like the best way to say this. It's about emotional maturity, resource efficiency, being able to maintain your shit through hard times, basically. So I'm not surprised it's coming out with crocodile. I'm not surprised, because it's about finding the balance, reconciling the debt, right? and how to function in life and how to function through other things while this is happening. I'm also noticing the background is like, looks like rain to me. It's like, now I'm seeing rain. Yeah, this needs to be cleared out. This needs to be cleared out. But with the camel coming out here with crocodile, there's been an attempt to maintain your shit. There's been an attempt to, while this unresolvedness is hanging in the air. It's like, it literally feels like a weight. It feels like a big ball of energy that's just hanging around in your energy field. And it's really time to close it out. It's time to release it. You've been putting up a good, I don't want to say fight. That doesn't feel like the right word. Good effort. You've been putting up a good effort as far as trying to maintain your own balance and have your own momentum going on in your life and your day-to-day stuff as this unresolved thing is hanging in the air. But it's time. Some of you, it really is circulated around money and concerns around money. Like, kind of feels a little Five of Pentacles to me. And for those where it's about a relationship or really unpleasant interchange, it's like, it just hasn't been resolved. It hasn't been completely closed out. Even if, like, because I'm getting for some of you where it's like a romantic situation, like you both said goodbye, but it wasn't done. It wasn't done. Something about it was not done or not claimed, not acknowledged, not cleared out. Like, that's what's coming up there. Interesting. Ooh. Ooh. I love this card, the Phoenix. This is a root chakra card. You can even equate it to Phoenix rising. It is a little bit of a resurrecting, rebirthing sort of an energy. There's a freedom that you can move into when you can find the balance, which will true balance will come as this energetic ball is released and wrapped up. But beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, and wrapping up what needs to be wrapped up. I'm getting the word solidify. What is this? What is the word solidify coming in here with? Something within you is finally solidified, is allowed to be solidified, because whatever this thing is that's hanging in the air and unresolved is finally addressed, and it's not holding you back anymore. It's not taking up space anymore. But I feel like it's affected your root chakra. Some of you, I'm hearing sacral. It's really in the lower chakras. Like, yeah, it's really in the lower chakras. Root, solar, sacral, but, you know, mostly picking up root and sacral there. Some of you could be the sacral, but picking up the lower chakras was not able to be solidified because there's a sense of insecurity or a sense of, like, doubt, anxiety, because whatever this unresolved thing has just been there. It's been there. It's been there. It's been there. It's been there. Even if you haven't been talking about it, not allowing yourself to think about it, it's been there. Whoa. Am I taking all of these? Yes. Oh, that's a lot. Oh my God. Sorry, I got excited. Hold on a second. Oh my, oh my, oh my. So we have, almost said death. Deer. We have deer, vulture, which I call death magic, and the oyster. Sorry about all that noise. Oh shit, today's Sunday. I forgot. No, is it starting? On Sunday, they do a whole, like, motorcycle brigade thing, and it lasts a while, so hopefully that's not it. Oh, geez, there's a lot going on in this card. With oyster is a guarded energy. It's a protective energy. It's a, I'm going to hang back here. I'm going to be reserved. I'm going to be, maybe for some of you, even in recovery. With vulture, that's, like I said, it's death magic. It's change. It's transformation. It's a death process. It's essentially the death card. It's very, very scorpionic. It's a card that clears. The clearing coming up again. It's a card. It's a spirit animal that comes in, clears away the dead, stagnant things, right? The things that need to be wrapped up, the things that need to be resolved. Now, deer is interesting coming in here because deer is very feminine. Deer is mother energy. Deer is nurturing others, nurturing the self. It's very gentle. It's kind of like the divine feminine principle is how you can look at deer. It's healing. It's a big healing. It's like, and again, for some of you, this unresolved thing, I'm just gonna keep doing this, unresolved thing has been going on for a couple years, like 2-3 years is what I keep getting for some of you. Some of you, it could just be recent, like a recent fight or a recent tower moment when it comes to finances or relationships. I'm getting it's mostly around those two things, okay? Some of you, it's just about being in recovery of that. Some of you, when this happened or took place, especially for those of you where it's like 2-3 years ago, you didn't go into hiding per se. Some of you might have gone into hiding, but it's definitely like I need to shield. I need to protect. I need to shield. I need to protect. And it feels very like a very vulnerable part of you was affected. No, a very vulnerable part of you was affected. But in having this opportunity to finally clear the decks, there's a resurrection of that part of you that is going to be happening so that, so you can be solidified, basically. So you can be solidified. And some of you, this is purely financial, but it affected your sense of security and safety and sense of predictability. Like, will I be okay tomorrow? Will I be okay in a month? Will I be living here in a month? Like that sort of like financial insecurity. Overall, this is why I got excited. The elk. This has come up in like every freaking reading. And I'm not surprised because it's the energy that we're dealing with all this Taurus North Node energy. And because we're still under the eclipse energies, that energy is even more potent. Deer and elk are the counterparts of each other. This is the feminine principle. This is the masculine principle. Two sides of the same coin, essentially. Elk is the protector. Elk is the long-term stability, dependable, ultimate partner, ultimate parent, ultimate leader, elder, that sort of energy coming in here overall. Wow. And then underneath that we have wolf. So some of you, this is also going to be affecting pack. Wolf brings up social dynamics around packs, around families, around relationships. This to me can also literally be a leader of a pack, like patriarch, matriarch of a pack sort of vibe here. Some of you, this is about reconciling your own insecurities around being able to be that, being able to be in that energy, or even understanding if you can have a pack or not. Whatever this was that happened to you, it shook you, okay? It shook you and made you feel really unsafe. Made you feel really, really unsafe. Some of you made you feel really unsafe around people or someone that you saw as like being a pack leader with you. I'm getting alpha vibes for some of you, so I'm getting this in all kinds of different ways. So for some of you, especially if this is about relationships, it affected your ability to feel safe with the idea of being a pack leader with people or being a pack leader for people, okay? Being able to have, even if some of you could just be the notion of, can I even have a family? Can I even have a lifelong partner? And for some of you where it's around like business and money, can I even be dependable enough? Can my financial situation be dependable enough, predictable enough where I can have my own sense of stability, to have my own household, to be able to stand on my own financially, to be able to offer things to people, to be able to hire people, to be able to run my own business. You see what I'm saying here? So whatever happened here for you, air signs, it rocked your foundation. It highlighted to you insecurities you have around your own ability to maintain a foundation for yourself, with someone else, or for others. One of the three or all the above, depending on who you are, okay? And it all started with some kind of tower moment or altercation, or unpleasant interchange, unpleasant circumstance around money, around business, or around relationships. Whether it was 2-3 years ago, or present, or recent past. And this is about you finding your balance again, finding that solid foundation within yourself again to be resurrected in a stronger way again. It's gonna be an interesting reading. This is already kind of intense. The full moon Scorpio brought up a lot for everybody. Okay, so it's interesting that this is what's coming up for you. Because I feel like every element I've done, you've been in different energies. I can't even remember exactly, but like I think fire was in very like water energy. Earth was definitely in water energy. I feel like you guys, you guys are a little bit in everything. I feel very earthy with you. Like that's what's being readdressed for you, is like the earthy part of you. And just looking at the cards, I see, yeah, looking at the cards, I see predominantly earth and some water, but predominantly earth and some water. Anyway, moving on. All right, let's get some cards out here. I'm actually wanting to do Dreams of Gaia for you, so let's go and do that. Any messages or insights for my air signs? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Gemini, I'm really feeling you guys now all of a sudden. Ooh, excuse me. I'm hearing merge. I'm hearing merge. Sitting in a quiet space is going to help you. To really start to listen and pay attention to the thing that's unresolved, that's hanging in the air. Because I really feel like there's been some avoidance with it. I also feel like you've just been trying to chug along. You know, you've just been trying to chug along, do what you got to do. Some of you, again, have been very guarded. But being quiet, being grounded, sitting in silence, getting your mind clear is going to help you to really acknowledge like how long this thing's been hanging in the air, or just how strong it is and how much it really does need to be like, whoop, need to let go away, be wrapped up. But coming back, I'm getting merged. Like I said, when this happened, it put you guys in a position to have to reclaim a part of you that was compromised by this circumstance. So merging back with that. Any other messages or insights for my air signs? Ooh, I got chills. Oh god. Sorry. Those chills felt really weird. They came out really fast. We have abundance with the King of Fire, Aries energy. It's really Leo, but you know, fire. And the Queen of Earth. There's that earthy component for you guys. That sense of stability. That sense of I'm safe. That sense of I'm safe. Now with abundance coming in here, like I said, there's a dragon. I love my job. Anyway, so with the abundance card being here, like I said, some of you, this is really about your finances, but abundance isn't just about finances. It's about feeling like your life is very full. It's feeling like you have more than enough, whether it's love, whether it's material things, whether it's health, whether it's just sheer joy, right? Or opportunity for experiences. It's like life is full of a plenty. That's what abundance is here. With the King of Fire and the Queen of Earth, it's like you're reclaiming that feeling back. You're reclaiming the belief. Wow, thank you. The belief, the feeling that is your life. It's like you had this, and then whenever this like tower moment happened, or again, unpleasant interchange, altercation, whatever it was, whether it was about your business, your money, like work or money, or relationships, it was really hard to reclaim this. It was really hard to believe this. It was really hard to feel this. And remember what I was saying, like, oh, I'm getting dragon vibes. And look at the big ass dragon that's sitting there with her. Just saying. King of Fire is a really beautiful energy to reclaim that. King of Fire is leader. King of Fire is the one that will take initiative. It's very like, it's very Mars and Aries conjunct Jupiter Aries. It's technically Leo, but it's definitely that Mars, Jupiter, and Aries component coming up for all of us. It is a leader energy. It is somebody who can be responsible. It is somebody who can have people follow them. They can be a leader of a pack. I'll say it that way. They can be a leader of a pack. They can do for others. But they are about starting things. They're about lighting the match, so to speak. Okay? And Queen of Earth is taken care of, okay? Queen of Earth is provided for, whether she's doing it for herself or someone else is doing it for her. But this is a I am cared for energy. I am safe energy. You see what I'm saying here? So it's like reclaiming this energy back from whatever unresolved circumstance made you feel robbed of it or doubted that that was even possible for you. Now, again, if it's about relationships, it could also be about reconciling, having some kind of closure with an energy that maybe you thought was going to provide this to you. And that closure is just going to give you the clarity you need to move on and reclaim this part of yourself here and be resurrected and have that sense of security and stability within yourself. Okay? Could even be attracting somebody in who can show you that you can have these things for yourself, if it's about relationships. Moving on. Any other messages or insights for my air signs? Ooh. Now we have the Hero with the Two of Earth. Two of Earth is about balance. It's also about making decisions, but it is about balance. And that's one of the biggest things I was getting for you. It's like you have to have these debts cleared. You have to have these stagnant, unresolved energies cleared out. You have to have them cleared out, okay? The Hero is a selfless energy. It is to be of service. To be of service to others. It's like the firefighters, police office. It's like, it's those kind of energies. It's the people that their purpose is to help other people. It doesn't mean that they do that to the detriment of themselves, but it's to be of service to others. And I do feel purpose behind there. Yeah, by wrapping up this unresolved thing, this unresolved issue that has given you so much doubt about yourself and about what's possible for you, especially in the realm of sense of like security and that life is very full and very joyful, it's giving you your purpose back. It's giving you a sense of purpose back. I should say it that way. It's giving you a sense of purpose back. It's giving you more confidence back. It's also giving you back the belief that you can be with others, you can give to others, you can be a part of something bigger than yourself. Ooh, there it is. There it is. There it is. The belief that you can be oh my God, I'm feeling it. That you can be a part of something bigger than yourself. You can. You can. And you are capable of that. That's what it's giving back to you. That's what wolf energy is. It's about the whole. It's not about the self. It's about the whole. The Hero, it's about the whole. And the elk is just that king of fire energy. Well, it's more like king of earth, but the elk is just that person who will do it, right? It's the energy that will do it, that will lead people, that will be there for people. It's like the ultimate parent, partner, leader. It's that sort of energy. It's giving you back the capability, the confidence, and the knowing that you can be a part of something bigger than yourself. Whether that's just creating a family, creating a life with someone, a business, or literally just trying to be of service to other people. Look at that. We got the Ace of Fire. We have the match. Here is that passion. Here is that desire. Here is that motivation. You got a lot of fire coming in here. I almost called you earth signs. Air signs. You have a lot of fire coming in here now. Yeah, you guys feel like an earth sign today. You just feel like you're all earth, even though I know you're an air sign. And that Aries energy is really going to help you. Really going to help you. Again, check where you have Aries in your houses. I would check early degrees, like 0 to 5 degrees. Anyway, so here it is. That sense of purpose, that sense of passion, thirst for life, joy of life, to be a part of something bigger than yourself. Any other messages or insights from my air signs? Mm. Mm. Six of air in reverse. And you know where it landed? It landed right on here. That belief, that knowing, that sense of stability, that you can make choices that fuel that sense of abundance in your life, that sense of purpose in your life, that you can be part of something bigger than yourself. And this is what landed on it. Six of air in reverse. And it's interesting, we were talking about merging before, that word was coming up, because I kind of always pick that up with this card. When this card is upright, we talk about merging all truths to find peace with what is so we can move forward. In reverse, it's struggling with that. It's struggling with that. This is a struggle to reconcile the notion that you are capable, you have the resources, and you're able to be a part of something bigger than you. You deserve it. You can have it. And you can be around other people in doing so. You can be there for other people in doing so. You can have a family, a tribe with people in doing so. It's up to you to reconcile that truth. And to reconcile that truth, you have to address the thing that's hanging in the air that is unresolved. Whether it's about a particular relationship or relationships that have left you feeling otherwise, or dealing with some financial circumstance or tower moment that has really questioned your ability to be responsible enough or capable enough. I'm actually hearing mature enough. That's interesting. That's got to be very specific for some of you, to be able to be a part of something bigger than you. Just seeing if anything else wants to pop up out here. Like, I feel like at a moment in time, you really had this belief. Like, you had it. It was there. It was yours. And you got shooken up. Some of you, it's just addressing like the programming that you're not supposed to be a part of something bigger than you, or you're not welcome. Interesting. You're not welcome to be a part of something bigger than you, but you are. You can be the elk. Ooh. What was that? Oh, peacock. Interesting. That's interesting, actually. Peacock was underneath this. Peacock is a very attractive energy. It is a little bit of like, look at the lines, kind of trippy. Peacock is a little bit of like captivating. It's a captivating energy. But you can have this. You can have this. You can totally have this. You can totally experience it. No matter how many times you think it was taken from you, or whatever life has shown you or made you believe that you can't. Like, you totally can. On the bottom, the wisdom card. We see a little bit of like hermit energy here in the wisdom card. Oh, interesting, with the 9 of fire. More fire, more fire, more fire, more fire. 9 of fire comes out when we're talking about how we utilize our energy to go and get things done, to go after things. Again, with wisdom as your overall energy says that you know how to do this. You already know the truth. You just have to reconcile the truth. You just have to merge with this belief of yourself by resurrecting the part of yourself that believed this, that knew this, that was compromised by something that happened either presently, recent past, or in the last like 2 to 3 years with you and another person, or something having to do with your finances or work, that really shook that part of you, or compromised that part of you that even believed that in the first place. You have the tools. Okay, now let's do some advice. What advice card do I want to use? Oh, you know what? Let's do the goddess deck. Let's do some goddesses. Goddess power deck. All right. Advice for my air signs. We're going to go by sign. Advice for my air signs regarding the spread. All right, starting with Gemini. Advice for Gemini. Ooh, mastery in reverse. Again, this belief, right? This belief This belief, this belief, this belief. When we have mastery coming out, it's literally how it sounds. It's that very Saturnian energy of being focused and being diligent in honing your craft and nurturing what it is you want, nurturing your goals, right? In reverse, it's not doing that. It's also, I keep feeling this lack of belief, because it's like that belief was compromised when that part of you was compromised. When that part of you was compromised. I'm going to read all these, by the way. So Gemini, let's read yours. Okay. Cool. Are you someone who begins things with great enthusiasm? When you realize the scope of the situation, you move on to something else? Could it be you're dealing with someone like this? Ambivalence is something to be careful of at this time, as you recognize you need more knowledge and energy than what you have to move forward competently. The goddess Saraswati reminds you that there are no shortcuts on this journey, and partial knowledge does not make you a master. In fact, your alignment task is to stop working in a scattered way. It's time for some deep diving into the subject of your inquiry to really get a command of the terrain. Offer the commitment of your time and energy, and you will feel the surge of power as you move into a more masterful role in all areas of your life. Stick with it. Keep learning and keep practicing your craft, your heart commitment, your meditation, and your self-expression. Stay present to it all, and you'll be glad you did. You'll be glad you did. Okay. Libras at 4141 when I looked up at the camera. Libra, Libra, Libra. Ooh. Ooh. Hecate. Hecate, the in-between, which is so funny. Isn't that like not just so Libra? I literally look at this card, I'm seeing the in-between, and I'm like, yeah, literally like the balance between the two, right? But let's go ahead and read that for my Librans. You are standing in the liminal spaces between what was and will be, who you have been and who you are becoming. The Greek goddess of crossroads and in the in-between, Hecate, welcomes you to her domain and reminds you that neither place is your home. You're being asked to carefully choose the direction of your thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and actions. Now is not the time for hasty action or stubbornness, but a fierce self-inventory. Bless the past for what it has provided and release all attachments to the stories of what was. Now, basically everything I was saying, right? Now is the time to understand the responsibilities required of you as you move forward into a new version of yourself that is as yet unformed. What do you want to become? Who do you want to become? What kind of life are you prepared to live? And how will you wisely yield your power to co-create a new world beneficial for others, not just yourself? You have the magic of Hecate pulsing through you and calling to you to answer. Say yes and step into the unknown to discover what is not yet manifest. As soon as you do, the goddess Hecate will bring her eternal torch to light your way. So again, it's reclaiming that part of you, reclaiming that belief, right? And Geminis with that mastery card, sorry, I just want to touch on Geminis for a second. And Geminis with that mastery card in reverse, it's like, to own this energy, it's a very mature, I'm gonna say mature. It's a very mature energy. It's a very accountable, responsible energy. Gemini's, shadowy Gemini energy can be fickle. It can. Let's just be real. Shadowy Gemini energy can be a little fickle. Can also be like a little short attention span, we'll say. Like you guys get excited about the initial, you guys get excited about the start of things. And again, shadowy, less mature Gemini energy tends to not follow through. So Gemini, this is about, for you, it's about learning that you are capable of following through and holding yourself accountable. You have those tools. While Libra, for you guys, it really is about like the reclaiming of the belief that you can be a part of something bigger than yourself, and you're capable, you're responsible enough, you're ready for that, no matter what recent history has taught you. Okay. Aquarius, hi Aquas. I feel like you guys are really quiet. I suddenly feel like Aquas have kind of been in the background a lot of for most of the reading. Aquas, Aquas, Aquas. Advice for my Aquarians. You guys get two. Oh, we have Spider Woman in reverse and Demeter in reverse. Nurture and co-creation. Aquas, I feel like you guys had a fight. For you guys, I don't feel like it's financial. I feel like you guys actually had a fight with somebody, or falling out with somebody. It doesn't feel very good. The responsibility. Hold on, the responsibility. Yeah, something happened between you and another person, Aquas. Like, that's what I'm feeling really strongly. And so the responsibility of what you were creating with this person, whether it be business or a family, whatever, like, just kind of fell away. But that doesn't mean that you have to walk away from what you wanted. You see what I'm saying? Like, even if you had a fight with the person, like, whatever, that kind of thing happens. But whatever you were wanting to make with that person doesn't mean, like, you don't throw the dream out with the person, right? Just, you know, keep the dream. Keep the dream. You can still nurture the dream, even if it's with someone else or by yourself. But don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Which always is like a very eerie phrase to me. I know where it comes from. it just gives me the heebie-jeebies when I say it. Okay, so I'm going to read these to you. You must be accountable for your creations, especially when you discover they are not truly reflective of your authentic desires or reveal they belong to only your ego. It's not enough to turn your back and hope they will go away. If you have hurt someone, you must prepare the break. If you have manifested something you're not prepared to commit to, be humble and release it. The form is rarely the same as you imagined, and you can always begin again by calling on Spider-Woman's powers of wisdom and co-creation for help. Sometimes you might get caught up in the strands of the web itself, only following the one you think is sparkly and matches your wants. This fosters the illusion of separation. Spider-Woman offers you the alignment task of recalibrating your position. With her help, you can move out of seeing separation everywhere to seeing the truth that all life is interconnected and sacred. All right, I'm going to read Demeter. Do you sometimes overgive to people until you're an empty well? Perhaps you've attracted others who are needy and want you to look after them. Or you might be in a pattern of people-pleasing because you're afraid to set boundaries. There's a sticky quality to connections based on this need to be needed, although the possible repercussions for setting boundaries are in your mind. Your body holds on to fear tightly, so it can be scary to make a change. No one wants to admit that they are manipulative or codependent, but it's important to be honest about where you find yourself now. Yeah, Aquas, I feel like whatever your dream was, the vision was, you were just dealing with someone that wasn't a good fit. Okay, we'll say it that way. Whether they were selfish or you were doing all the work or it was just, it was imbalanced. Okay, it was imbalanced. It wasn't healthy for you. It just wasn't the right person. Whether it was business or love or whatever. But it doesn't mean that you can give up, you should give up on your dream or whatever it is that you were envisioning. Even if it's with someone else, or you do it on your own. Okay. All right, guys. I hope you guys really enjoyed this reading. You guys got a long reading compared to all the other signs. It just happened that way. But I love you guys. Take care. And again, don't forget to check out the website. Don't forget to look up the Sedona Lionsgate Retreat if you are interested. We still have some spots available. And I will see you guys very soon, okay? Take care.